Just a little bit closer.
Religion is for control. Again, it depends on the people that run the ship. You don't blame the ship. You blame the captain. Like, you know, when I defend religion like this, I might come over very pro-religion, but trust me, I am pretty skeptical about that, right? But I like to be open-minded. I like to have that at least small sense of naivety and believe that there is a lot of pro sides to religion too. But again, just like with everything else in life, you need the balance. So it's not necessarily good to be fully skeptical of every single religion. You gotta be a little more open-minded, but not too much easy. You gotta have the balance with everything in life, dude. Like, it's not easy, but you gotta learn to balance things out. Like, you have to be able to acknowledge the upsides to things that you might not even agree with. Like, it's totally valid for you to point out the downsides of something, but it's not fair if you leave out the upsides of it. It's just that's what confirmation bias makes you do. Like, again, I get it why people are so skeptical about religion. I am myself up there with the skepticism, totally. But I still like to believe that there's some upsides to it. It's not all bad. There's bad people, yes, but even when it comes to the bad people, it's not that simple. It's not like they were born evil. You know, they must have gone through life in a way that made them become however they did. Even if that's not like, that's just kind of a bad excuse, because after all, what people do comes down to the individual. Like, yeah, you can say this person did this because of their childhood, because of the traumas they had in their childhood. Okay. But like, it's not like every person that went through that same trauma would become the way this person became. So in a way, sure, like your environment, your experience in life plays a role in you becoming who you are. But also equally, I would say, your own person plays a role. Not every person that grows up in a racist family would grow up to be a racist. Even if most would. Well, that's not every person. So it does come down to the individual after all. Religion was made for money, not more, not less. You do understand that religion was basically made before politics and laws existed in a way, right? So if anything, religion was the precursor for the laws that we have today. Yeah, for the sake of control, you're right on that. But not necessarily, you know, with evil malintent. Even so, yeah, in history, there's a lot of people that used religion to manipulate people into doing stuff. Well, that could be anything. It doesn't have, again, like, it comes down to how gullible you are and how likely you are to fall for people's cheap tricks. People can manipulate you through other tools as well. It doesn't have to be religion.
Now you see, now you don't.
Religion exists since fucking Stone Age. I would even go as far as saying religion exists since existence itself. That's what I mean when I say people don't understand what religion is really about. They don't get that. Like, again, like, this comes from a person, dude, who, like, I was a couple of years ago even just would ask myself constantly, when will religion become a thing of the past? Because all I saw were the downsides of religion, right? All I saw was the harm that religious fanatics would cause, and I would ask myself, like, when will religion become a thing of the past? When will people move away from a religion as a whole? Maybe 100 years, maybe 100 years, maybe 1,000 years. But lately I've realized that religion is always going to be part of human history, or part of existence itself. Like, even thousands of years from now, even if we like intellectually develop and acquire more knowledge and fucking have, I don't know, driving cars and whatever the fuck,
Here we go.
and robots doing all our work, religion will still be a part of human history. It's not about people getting smart and ditching religion, right? There's a lot of smart people that are religious and have religious beliefs. That's the point of it. Again, for you to realize that, you would have to acknowledge the upsides of religion. But what I could see happen is it moving away from traditional religions as we know it, but religion per se will always be part of human history.
The joke's on you.
You will always need a religion. It's not as much about needing religion, more about what religion is about. Like, again, I have a very specific individual view on religion nowadays that most people wouldn't agree because they wouldn't see my point, and I get that. It's like, you know, like, I like to say, dude, why is it getting so cold? Holy shit. I like to say that your lifestyle in many ways is your religion. You having belief, like, a big part of being religious is having a belief. It's like, even in science, when you have a theory, when you have an idea, you're being religious, right? You're having this particular idea, and then you go and test it out and see how valid that idea is, right? But in that moment, before you get to know more about it through testing and research and whatever, during that moment, when you're believing something, when you're having a theory or even just imagination, you're being religious. Like, that's all part of religion. Having imaginations, having ideas, having thoughts, or even just making, you know, coming up with a theory. Like, religion is so much more than just, oh, I'm a Christian. Again, like, my views on that stuff shifted a lot over these years.
Now you see me.
And I would say for the better.
Breathe in the atmosphere.
Where do you think morality comes from? Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It's because of the idea that morality comes from religion, right? I would disagree. I feel like morality comes from your own consciousness. I feel like we're all born with a sense of what's right and what's wrong. The problem is that, you know, we get conditioned about stuff, and then we get told that, oh no, these things that I instinctively thought was bad, I'm being told it's not bad, or actually good in fact, right? But see, that's what I mean. Like, the reason that people think that morality comes from religion, it just goes to show not every single religion is bad. Religion can be used for good as well, right? That's what religion is. People tell you you're supposed to live this way, you're supposed to live that way. It's both religion. Whether somebody tells you to live a peaceful, a good life, or whether they tell you to, you know, manipulate you into doing some bullshit.
Here we go.
It's all religion, eh? And like, you have to ask yourself, do I want to do this? Would I feel good with this? Would this be right? Again, it comes down to the individual. So yeah, and I don't think morality necessarily comes from religion. It's just part of your consciousness. See, like, we've been so brainwashed over these years or conditioned about the fact of the things we do to animals by being told that, oh no, animals don't feel any pain. Oh no, God made animals for us to eat. It's fine. Like, don't you see those videos on YouTube about kids having these talks about, oh, it's wrong that we're eating animals? Like, why do you think they think that? Did they watch some YouTube? Did they watch somebody on YouTube a documentary about veganism and why we should all go vegan? Like a fucking 3-year-old child? No, it's their consciousness telling them what is a living being.
Joke's on you.
Why do we hurt as living beings? Or we're told, but we need to eat animals to survive. You know, like all this weird stuff. A lot of people believe it because it makes them feel better about it.
Never falter.
And they would think that, oh, eating animals, nothing morally wrong with that. Especially if their religion tells them that it's fine, let alone fine, but oh no, God created animals for you to eat. You know what I mean? Like, is that moral? It comes from religion.
Now you see me. Now
But again, like, if you understand what religion is, it's not like, oh shit, so we all become meat eaters, we did all this because of religion? No, dude, like, again, you're not getting it. It's the captain that's driving the ship. It's not the ship's fault when it runs into an iceberg. It's not the ship's fault that happened.
here we go.
Shit, I need armor. Where's the boots, man? Keep it up, team. Keep it up.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
It's hard. It's really hard to say sometimes what comes instinctive and what comes from others that teach you. That's what I mean with what I said previously. If you were watching like 1 or 2 games ago, about if I weren't to grow up in the country that I grew up in, with the school system that I had, with what I know today, would I still be who I am today if I didn't know what I know now? Like, if I were to live in under completely different circumstances, with a completely different environment, and gather completely different information about life, would I still be who I am now? Right? But yeah, when it comes to moral, I would say that's more a question of consciousness and also, in a way, I guess, part of instincts, right? It's like, if you felt pain, and you know other living beings around you can feel pain, then pain bad, you don't want pain for others if you don't want anything bad for other living beings around you, right? It's just, in a way, it's logical. It's just logics, right?
Little bit closer.
But then when other people try and tell you differently about it, be it through religion or through whatever, again, religion is just one of many mediums that you can communicate through.
Just a little bit closer.
But like, see, like the idea of not harming other animals is a religion in itself, right? It's just a belief in itself. It's an idea. Hey, we should not be hurting other animals, right? Because it's immoral to do so. Like, that doesn't come from traditional religion necessarily. It just comes from the person, from the individual. And then they forward that idea to the others, and they forward it to others, and oh shit, now we have a religion, guys, because we all believe something.
The joke's on you.
So fucking cold, dude. Why do you talk so much about animals? Are you vegan, vegetarian? Are you vegan? I'm not necessarily vegan, dude. But like, I was thinking about it. Maybe it's time to really just commit this time. Like, I still eat a lot of cheese and whatever, but I wouldn't have an issue to just ditch all of that. It's just when you live with a family, it's just much more difficult. But like, given my last stream, I just really want to commit to it now, dude. Just go full vegan mode. Because yeah, it does come like a very big hypocrite thing to do for me to constantly talk about this and say, but I'm not a vegan though. Put your money where your mouth is, dude. But yeah, the reason I talk so much about it is because it's an interesting topic. It just is. It's very interesting. It's one of the most important topics out there in the world right now. For a good reason. And I feel like the world is slowly coming down to a consensus. Right? People do realize now, like, yeah, you know what? Maybe what we do to the animals, maybe it's not so good. I mean, again, that's just a natural course of it. More and more people will eventually come down to that conclusion that, yep, this right here, what we're doing, is not very good, is it? And like, if anything, conviction is what makes people change, right? Once they're convinced from something, that's when they're gonna make that commitment and change their life around that specific idea. Which is why I say your lifestyle in many ways is your religion. I have a friend who was full vegan and another who is on a full carnivore diet. What? You have a weird mix of friends, I guess, dude. We have a full vegan and a full carnivore friend at the same time. Kinda weird. Whoops! She boy. Cringe. I fuck your mom, don't ping me, I fuck your mom. Fuck your mom, you scum fuck, dumb fuck. It's like, when I talk like this, religious people would be like, oh, that's not very religion of you. Okay. That's because I have my own very individual, personal religion. That's what I mean, dude. That's what I want to see. I want religion to be more, what is the word, decentralized, more individual, more nuanced. But the problem is that most people join religions for the sake of community and for the sake of having a place they belong to. That's where it's problematic. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for these kind of human desires that people want to be part of something, they could be having a much more individual viewpoint about life rather than it being influenced by the herd mentality. So that's another big downside to traditional religions, right? The herd mentality. Very nice, Mordecai. Fuck your mama. I I do be fuck your mama. I fuck your mommy. Very nice. Very nice, Morty. Fuck your mama. Bitch.
Prepare for your finale.
Tell an African to be vegan, he will spit in your face. Yeah, maybe it's because they have a hard enough time as it is. At least the people in, you know, in less fortunate areas in Africa. We're talking about developed countries over here. We're talking about countries that have everything they could ask for. You have a store nearby in every corner. You have mass agriculture going on. You have all the money and all the resources. Like whatever you need, you can instantly get it within a couple of minutes from a store.
On you.
Those people, especially those that live in villages, don't necessarily have that kind of luxury. You do get that, right? Let alone with the whole, you know, having all the resources you could ask for, especially when it comes to the newest vegan products and whatnot, like Beyond Meat and whatever. Easy accessible with all the restaurants over there and whatnot. Things are not that accessible when you live in a village in Africa. They're more dependent on their farm animals over there. Were you eating meat in a developed country? It's not a necessity. It's a luxury. Okay?
A little bit closer.
Cleansing fury. You will learn what beauty truly is.
This do be the last game though. Too hungry, dude. What is the temperature right now? Is it 0? It's so cold. Ooh, 2 Celsius. Oh shit, boy. Shit.
Here we go.
But why is eating gen-modified plants better than eating anabolic crafted meat? The funniest part is,
Joke's on you.
most of the genetically modified food is gonna be fed, especially to the animals that they then eat. They're like, oh no, I don't eat genetically modified corn. Yeah, what do you think they feed to the animals that you then eat? You fucking dumbass, let alone with the antibiotic and whatnot.
Never falter.
Antibiotics and whatnot. Also, again, like people being against genetically modified food, again, blame the captain, not the ship. You know? Like, there's a lot of fucking upsides to genetically modified foods. A lot of it. But it's a question of who are the people that produce the genetically modified foods, and what is their exact intention. And this is the kind of stuff that governments need to be more strict with, especially, like, you know, and just make sure nothing weird and shady is going on over there. Because yeah, like, genetically modified foods can be used for bad too, right? But again, don't blame the ship, blame the captain. Who are the people that are running the ship? And where are they running the ship?
Latvian only.
Godding. Godding, dude. Did this guy go for the blue buff? Ah, shit, boy.
Just a little bit closer.
Blame the iceberg. I mean, the iceberg is just being where it's always been, minding its business. So you can't even blame the iceberg. Would you blame a fucking house if you drove a car into it? What? Oh, there's a house? What the fuck? Why is the house over there? Where? You blame the driver? I mean, accidents happen. Again, like, it depends whether the captain controlling the ship, not necessarily blame, but like question their intention, right? It's like if the captain did something, ask, okay, was this on purpose? Was it intentional? Was it a genuine mistake or an accident? Or is it gonna value, you know? Elaborate on those questions. Or evaluate. And if it was intentional, then you definitely blame the captain.
Never falter.
Oh fuck? Is this synth fucking scripting? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? How did he hit me with that?
Now you see. Now you
The fuck? Like, he was attacking over here and then he just does this, what is it, his Q? Just totally random over there.
Never falter. Latvian only.
Fucking garbage ass fucking game, man.
Listen, it's only the moment before. Smile, everyone is watching.
See, like, the same with politics, right? It's like, if a government does something questionable, like, yeah, first you see who are the people controlling the ship, who are the people at power in that state government. You don't blame the whole country. You don't blame you don't even blame all the politicians. Why am I not moving? You blame the people on the very top that made those said calls, right? Or the very people that did that certain action that they did. And then you ask yourself, was it on purpose? Was it an accident? And then again, you don't blame the whole country, you don't blame all the politicians, you don't even blame the whole government. You blame the very people that did what they did. I'm liking this metaphor, dude. I just kind of came up, I don't know, maybe it's an existing metaphor. But I'm liking this metaphor that I just came up with randomly in the stream. You know, whatever topic you take, whatever happens, and people try to blame it on the whole topic. Like, no, you blame the captain, not the ship. Is that an existing metaphor? Like, it sounds like too plausible for it to not be an existing metaphor. It's too nice. You know what I mean? He doesn't have ult. I see. Now I see. Whew. Not even clone, baby. Like, I wasn't gonna jump in, but when I realized he didn't smite it at 800 HP, I realized he doesn't have smite. That's why they hesitated. So,
On you.
that moment it's a given, right? Nice.
This will be fun.
Never falter.
Now you see. Now you don't.
These items feels pretty powerful, man. The problem is, they're most likely gonna nerf God Drink. I'm pretty sure with that. Get fucked, God Drinker for the win, bitch.
Just a little. Here we go.
Nice flash karma.
The joke's on you.
Dude, my B and Z key are kind of weird, kind of sticky. That's what she said. I need more armor.
This will be fun. March, 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 march. March, 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 march.
Latriano.
Now you see.
Focus.
Now you don't.
Okay. Shit, I didn't hit anybody with that. Get him, clone. I don't think I needed ignite, but it's whatever. I mean, he uses exhaust. Wow. Just wanted to make sure he dies and doesn't start healing up.
Never falter.
End the game at 3 AM. Shit. Yeah, that's the last game.
Focus.
A little bit closer.
I need mana. If I get the G8, it should be GG.
A little bit closer.
Did I just get DDoSed? Hello, am I still on? Am I getting DDoSed? Drophack? What is this? Are we actually getting drophacked in pre-season? I mean, is just like, is it did the servers finally go boom boom with this constant ping spike? So it's not DDoS on my end. Is this either drophack or the servers finally went boom? Patch? What? What patch? Like, since when does patching just cancel your game? Time to get another lever buster for the Zenith. Ah, nice prank, Riot. Nice feature, dude. I'm unironically gonna get a lever buster for this. Just watch. Just watch. Unironically, dude. Seems like when you DC, the game doesn't even reconnect. I think I just DC'd for a second or so, and the game just won't reconnect. Nice, he's got the Drake. That's nice. Good job, team. Oh, you're mine, baby. Yo, he tried to turn on me. That's crazy.
Here we go.
End the game, dude. I'm gonna miss doing this. I mean, I could still do it, what? But I'm probably not gonna be playing as much AP Shaco Season 11, right? But I miss doing that, and like, I constantly did that when I was spamming AP Shaco the last couple of months in Season 10. Always going Zonias and then always jumping into enemy fountain and doing Zonia while the game is ending. It's kind of fun.